This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Prince Masters.
You got a lot related to the Monday, August 10th edition of Talking Heads, running the company right up until 6 p.m. on this Monday edition. And I hope you had a great weekend. It's Monday, though, and you know, like I always tell you. Mr. Producer, double check that echo for me, please. But like I always tell you, all work and no play makes you a dull person. All work and no play makes you a dull person. All play and no work makes you broke. You got to find a happy medium. And again, Mr. Producer, double check. I got a double feedback. I'm hearing that myself as soon as I talk. All right. What we'll do is take a quick break, and then we'll come right back at you, get that worked out. And then I will get right back at you and get into the Monday edition of Talking Heads with live from Abaco, Roscoe Thompson and some special guests. I think we got it worked out now. Okay, good. Roscoe Thompson is my special guest today, so we don't have to take the break now. If you want to chime in and be part of the conversation, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Tax lines powered by BTC. 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. And, of course, phone lines are open in New Providence. 323-6232. 325-4259. 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands. 242-300-5720. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh, new, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And like I said, no stranger to the show. Glad to have him back. It's been a couple of weeks. He's been under the weather. He's been traveling. And, first and foremost, let's welcome back Roscoe Thompson live from Abaco.
Hey, good afternoon, Naughty. Good afternoon, Bahamas. Yeah, man, it's been a while.
Hold on. You need to just be quiet for a second on behalf of me and MJ and the boys and the whole Talking Heads crew. Belated happy birthday to your lovely wife for putting up with all your bull. Anyway, putting up with you and your antics. Her reward awaits her in heaven. She got a pass right there at the pearly gates. But wish her a very happy birthday from us, from all of us to her. And hope she enjoys this and many more, eh?
I will do that. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'll let her know.
On a little more somber note, we haven't spoken, but again, condolences on the passing of your granny. Great lady. And that was an awesome couple, man. I cannot tell you where to lie. I look at Sir Derwin and Lady Knowles, and I say, wow, that was an awesome couple who lived hundreds of years, literally.
You know, they were very fortunate.
If we could only be so blessed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very grateful for having my grandmother around till 101 and my grandfather to 100. We've lost, as they say, that era, that generation of our grandparents is slowly dissipating. A lot of good folk in that group, not just my grandparents.
Well, our generation slowly dissipating. What you talking about?
Yeah, well, I don't want to say that too. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, let's put pump brakes on that one. But like I said, man, our thoughts and prayers with you, man. And And, coming up around you, growing up together, it was a great family, man. And you had two great grannies, too, because I will not be remiss to, your Granny T was a very special lady.
I appreciate that, Norty. I really do, man. Thank you very much.
And we got to talk Albuquerque, bro. What's going on?
Boy, man, we got to talk more than just Albuquerque. I think it's, what's the hot topic of the country now? BPL?
We're going to get to that. I just want you to bring us up to snuff on the fire that they had at Winding Bay. I want to know the scenario with that. Where are we from there? And then we could get into BPL, because up to an hour ago, you were putting up notices saying that y'all didn't have no power in Albuquerque, correct?
Correct. Yeah. A couple weeks ago, we had a fire out at Winding Bay that looks like it started underneath anyway at the spa. So it was contained to the spa. Thank God we were able to contain it there with the guys from Cherokee, as well as Bahama Palm, Marsh Harbor, and Winding Bay crew.
And just for the record, that is the volunteer fire department in Albuquerque, correct? In the various branches, correct?
Correct. Yeah. No. The only police we would have probably had out there was Jamal Mr. Moss, who is the fire branch, for the police over here. I know that the Chief Inspector Thurston did go out there afterwards. But yeah, the volunteer, all the volunteers responded. So, again, it was difficult. I was not there. I don't want to say thank God. I was sick, under the weather at that point, but they were feeding information back to me, so I was able to get it out to the public to let everybody know what was going on. Nobody was hurt. We had one firefighter that pulled the muscle, or I should say tore a muscle. He's doing better now, but in regards to no loss of life, it was just a building. So, if most people will know, most fires we contain or deal with inch and a half hoses. We had to use 2.5 inch hoses up there to stop it from spreading. So we had to double our hose thickness to allow more water to be pumped out to, extinguish the fire.
But so it is under control now. That has been, obviously I was on the 24th, so obviously they've had a couple of weeks to try to get it cleaned up and get it back operational, correct?
Yeah, they've been cleaning it up. They did have a little flare up afterwards, but it's a cement wall, so the only thing really you could do is let it burn, until it completely burns out. But yeah, they did knock the roof in the next morning, and we had a couple flare ups that the fire department did have to respond. But besides that, it's under control, and hopefully they should be cleaning it up and getting ready to do whatever they need to rebuild.
All right, now I'm glad to know that they got that under grips, and there's light at the end of that tunnel, and there's positivity, in the future. Obviously, they're going to get that spa back up and running. People won't be displaced. People won't be affected. But then we looked to August 2nd, and it started. I started seeing y'all with your power outages, and on behalf of Exuma and Eleuthera and New Providence, we'd like to welcome you to the club.
We should be welcoming you.
And let your friends in Grand Bahama know, day next.
I have to laugh about it sometimes, but it's just so frustrating.
Because if not, you'll cry and put your hair out by the roots. It is ridiculous, Roscoe.
People ask me, say, Roscoe, why do you continue to share updates? I said, just to let the public know and let Albuquerque know, what's going on. And it just amazes me. And I will say this on the air to BPL execs and the BPL board. Y'all are whatless. You knew from last year, and a statement was made in the paper that y'all would have everything up and running here in Albuquerque. Let's talk about here in Albuquerque. We have 4 12-megawatt generators that y'all would have 3 of them up and running by the beginning of January. Well, it's now August. And from what I understand, we're still in a predicament where you're balancing between one generator. I don't understand what is going on. Do they not think ahead? I mean, shouldn't they brought in maybe an extra backup generator or two to
See,
help.
Roscoe, that's why I say, and I made a public statement about it. I said BPL is and will always be a national disgrace. And it is not from the line staff. It's not the guys and girls that go out and fix the problem and get the power back on and deal with the damage in the hurricanes. It's not the line staff. They bust up, but they work hard. They deserve any penny and more that they get, and they should be handled better. I'm talking about, like you said, the executive and the board.
Yeah, I mean, they have no excuse. It's like they went on...
suit-wearing pencil pushers who have made some boo-boo-to-fool decisions over the last 25 to 30 years when it comes to power provision in this country from both sides of the political divide. And now here we are stuck in it. And this administration, last term, and guess what? Don't go blaming the F&M this go round,
No, you can't.
because you were the previous administration.
You were the previous administration. Listen, Naughty, here in Abaco, Ingram put in 4 12-megawatt generators. That's 48 megawatts of power. That did not include what we had at the old power station. My point being is Abaco at peak burns maybe 24 megawatts through the whole island. So, you know, and think about this. This is 2010. We are now in 2026. You're telling me that these generators only have a 16-year shelf life? I call bull on that, man.
Absolute garbage. And it's too much participating with family, lovers, friends, homies, and cronies.
And it's getting rid of Man Diesel that was here that oversaw the generation plant. They should have been kept on contract as a continuation, you know, because they're the ones that knows what to do, what happens. I mean, it's mind-boggling. In 2012, the PLP comes in, they cancel the contract with Man Diesel. You know, 2017, we have a hedge fund that helps with offsetting our electricity bills somewhat. And then here we are under the Davis administration putting in solar and trying to rectify. But in 5 years of them being in power, what have they done to alleviate the burden on the Bahamian people, not just with BPL, but across the board with everything?
It's to the point now, Roscoe, where my suggestion would be to BPL is to find 10 bright minds that are into energy provision, you know, and futuristic ways and visionary ways to provide power to this country. Get them together, get them off, get them educated, and they know they're coming back, they got a job for life, more or less. Or enhance on what we're doing, because obviously what we're doing now isn't working. We keep running in circles.
Yeah. No, that's the frustrating thing. It's frustrating to the consumer.
We have to figure it out, because at the end of the day, he who feels it knows. People need to know exactly what goes on in Abaco, Eleuthera, Exuma, New Providence, so they can deal with the problem at hand.
But Naughty,
I don't think we know of our inventory. I don't know
exactly.
We know our resources or our assets. We know nothing when it comes to power provision. All buck up, go.
And when you hear comments of businesses, you know, cut back on your power, you know, or your consumption, and then you know, go to
and
the
then
beach.
You have a BPS
and you tell
CEO saying go to the beach and catch some cool breeze.
I mean, that's fine. I understand people, you know, let's go to the beach, catch some cool breeze.
EGC.
But you can't stay to the beach for 4 to 5 hours. You know, I mean, I guess you could.
Time fly half kill you though.
I just think that the comments and it's like, where are we going? And you know, it's not just happening here in Abaco, like you said, Eleuthera, Exuma, Nassau. It seems like we've taken 10 steps back.
I'm looking at the text right now, and let me get a couple of Freeport, Grand Bahama. Naughty and Roscoe, we in Grand Bahama will never be like BPL. This Grand Bahama Energy Company operated by Grand Bahamians. Big difference. We straight over here in Freeport. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this. And summer ain't over yet. When you're going to start crying, Grand Bahama, I could be right here to remind you. You ain't special. We love you, but you ain't special. You just like the rest of us getting your power cut. thanks to BPF. Naughty and Roscoe, how can the Bahamas pay $8 million per month to a company whose CEO confesses that they do not have the staff and are facing challenges finding staff to do the work we are paying them $8 million per month to do? Is this not a breach of contract? Well, in most cases, I would look at it and say, how do we stop the bleeding? We're paying $8 million a month and not getting value for the money for the $8 million a month that we're paying. We need to revisit it. Maybe it has been pulled up and nobody said anything. Maybe it is breach. That might be a possibility. Maybe that's why nothing's moving. But again, we need answers because we don't get anything from this administration. We have no Freedom of Information Act, no Procurement Act, nothing.
Correct. And isn't it sad that every year it's pretty much the same topic, BPL, power situation, not just here, but other places. When solar comes on and you put your solar, field that they're doing here in Abaco and you put it out, it's going to run during the day. At night, you're going to still need a standby generator to charge your batteries. That probably won't be online until next year sometime. I mean, where is the relief for the Bahamian people as well as the tourists, the second homeowners, the businesses, everything, Naughty? It affects the power cuts and the power affects everybody. It just doesn't affect us Bahamians. It affects, right across the board.
Well, I mean, you guys in the Family Islands are feeling it. And we felt it here yesterday again in the West.
You did too, Naughty. We were off yesterday.
Beach, Sandy Port, Delaport, Gambia, Charlottesville, all the way out to Lightfoot Key, on and off. And the power went off last night, must see, 9 something? Then it came back on for half an hour. Then it went off for 3 hours. Then it came back on for 5 minutes. Then it went back on. How do they expect people to preserve appliances, food, and so on and so forth with this idiocy that keeps going on? And it's clear they don't have a solution to the problem because it keeps occurring.
I'm just dumbfounded by it. It's still, I'm just like, okay, in 5 years, who are y'all going to blame? You can't blame, you can blame Pike. You're going to blame Bahamas Grid.
Some things we got to bite the bullet on as we change, as we evolve, and we have to put some elbow grease into changing and fixing the problem. When you come to water and light or power and water and basic infrastructure, you should not be without them, period.
Yeah, especially on small islands that, are capable of producing their power, that have the capability of 48 megawatts when you look at Abaco. So that's double our usage size. But if you don't have the 4 generators running, Miss Tony Seymour and BPL execs, how explain it to the Bahamian people how this happens? What happened to the other generation units that are over here? How come they aren't up and running? What is going on? I don't understand.
Let me check the text lines real quick. Explosions all over the place almost daily. This is never heard of in the history of the Bahamas. I fear if we have one good storm, they won't be able to get this system back up and running. On a separate note, Naughty, when will the Minister of Education start hiring Bahamians who applied to teach? It is August 10th. Schools soon open, and all we're hearing is crickets. What's happening? What's the issue now? Good afternoon, Naughty and Roscoe. JoBeth Colby Davis is not capable of energy ministry. PM Davis has a lot of ministers that are not performing, but he refuses to shuffle them. Hi, Naughty. As you speak, CBC States is off from 0 o'clock this morning. Was off yesterday from 3 o'clock, scared to go home after work and can't relax after a long day's work. I am sick and tired. Feel your pain there, Sea Beach. Feel your pain. And yes, you were in that as well yesterday too. Sorry that I missed you, but yeah, Sea Beach was in that too. It's ridiculous. People now having to find options to go home after a long day and say, well, I can't kick my feet up, turn on the AC and have a cold one and watch ESPN because why? Ain't no power?
I mean, like I say, our power just came on about an hour and 20 minutes ago. You know, and I know we're on a load schedule, shedding schedule. I don't know how much longer it will continue, but here it goes again. You knew that this was going to happen. You did not have the proper generation, or you did not have the proper things in place to provide the extra generation. Why? I mean, where's the money? You're telling me you can't afford to rent an extra generator to get in here to help offset and help what's going on, not just here in Abaco, but Eleuthera, Exuma, Nassau. I mean, come on. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't mind spending a couple cents more per gallon if that means you got to rent and provide a steady, reliable power source. We shouldn't be going off every day for 3 and 4 hours, in some areas longer. And it's unacceptable. It's ridiculous.
And we have accepted it for too long. You know, that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not, you know, right now the PLP's in power. It is their responsibility. In 5 years, they have not fixed the situation. They have not dealt with it properly. They have not addressed it. And the Bahamian consumer continues to still suffer.
And then you look over and you wonder about infrastructure and about replacing parts and generators and so on. You got $265 million that just absolutely went, where did it go from the Bahamas Investment Fund?
Again, you said it earlier, until we have a Freedom of Information Act, accountability and transparency for any government that takes over our finances and what is happening to our country. It's like I posted on Facebook the other day, and I don't know if people are we a real country? I mean, think about it. You know, what happens in our country? I mean, our government can't even keep basic infrastructure going. What message is that sending to the average Bahamian, or just any Bahamian in general? I don't have a generator, so I suffer just like everybody else.
And I've had line staff come to me and say, Naughty, listen, we could only do what we could do. We've been waiting X, Y, and Z amount of weeks to fix this thing over here, but we don't have the parts. We don't have the infrastructure. We haven't been authorized.
Yeah.
So that's not them. That is upper management. That's the executive that needs to be held accountable. Let me go to the phone. Let me go to the text lines real quick. Managed change does not introduce this level of instability. This is incompetence, likely led by overzealous executives who know nothing about power management and wanted more PR video. Where is JoBeth Kobe Davis in all of this? As minister under her responsibility, the ministry is in an active state. It's in an active state of disaster. What kind of leadership is this? Well, when it comes to JoBeth Kobe Davis, she lacks leadership. Look at every portfolio she's had, messy in every one. Housing, transport, energy. They need to call her Joe Mess because she's a mess. So we'll talk about that and more on the flip side of the break as the Monday, August 10th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this with my special guest, Roscoe Thompson, live from Abaco.
That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go on and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up.
Try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building. Telephone 302-2361.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video. Wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Buffalo Ranch. Buffalo Ranch. Get messy with it.
Dive in hot with the new KFC Dunk Buffalo Ranch.
Hey, Dunk Buffalo Ranch.
A crispy ranch chicken sandwich with buffalo sauce on the side.
Buffalo on the side. Buffalo on the side.
For just $8.95, get messy with it and dunk it how you want it. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Everybody dunk. Everybody ranch.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
We're back at you on the Monday, August 10th edition of Talking Heads. Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. And I'm continuing the conversation with my special guest live from Albuquerque. Glad to have him back, Mr. Roscoe Thompson. And Roscoe, before we continue the conversation, listen, let me get these texts in. Naughty and Roscoe, I'll take a wild guess that the investment fund is being used to prop up BGC. All right, text, I don't know who this is. I'm going to read this because you put a lot of thought and effort into this. But next time you have a long behind text like this, cheaper you call. Let's chop it up. Good afternoon, Naughty and guest. Enough is enough with the power outages. The people of this country are frustrated, angry, and simply tired. We're paying higher and higher electricity bills, yet we continue to experience persistent power outages, disruptions, and unreliable service. Bahamians are being asked to pay more for a service that far too often they cannot depend on. And the question has to be asked, where is the accountability at the Bahamas Power and Light? People have businesses to operate, families have children to care for, seniors need reliable electricity. People are working from home, trying to preserve food, run appliances, and simply live their everyday lives. Every outage creates inconvenience, damage, additional expenses, and stress, yet the bills continue to come. The electricity bill does not go down because the power company keeps going off. In fact, many Bahamians are seeing increases while receiving service that remains unreliable. This cannot continue to be treated as normal. Bahamians deserve more than explanations after the fact. We deserve reliable electricity, proper maintenance, reasonable management, transparency, and accountability. Bahamas Power and Light must do better, and those responsible for overseeing this essential national service must demand better. The people are paying, the people are paying, the people are frustrated, and the people deserves answers. Enough is enough. We need accountability, not excuses. Well said, Dexter.
Very, very well said. I mean, and Naughty, again, it goes back to accountability and transparency. The upper management of BPL will push every excuse and tell you to go to the beach, do this, do that. But what are they doing to correct this issue? What are they doing? I know the cabinet is still functioning. The House is not. It's still on,
vacation.
Prorogued until September. But cabinet is still functioning. So you're telling me, even with cabinet still functioning, these wonderful ministers that we have in place have not come up with a solution to addressing not just Abaco, but Eleuthera, Exuma, Nassau. I mean, come on. I know it can be difficult sometimes, but is it really this difficult?
I don't know if it's difficult. I mean, if this administration talks and brags about progress, right? Why doesn't Mr. Davis's PM step up and ask a couple of these non-performing, bungling ministers and set a precedent moving forward that we're going to do the right thing and we're going to provide Bahamian people with service for their money. And we're going to provide Bahamians, the services and the infrastructure that they voted for. Because at the end of the day, we work for the Bahamian people.
You guys, that's a good. I agree with you, Naughty. I would, and every time they come on, it's something. It's something that does. I don't want to say doesn't make sense, but it's something that, yeah, people are going to go to the beach and they're going to go driving around when the power's off. And then when you look at it, power's off, people go driving around, $8 a gallon of gas, $7.60, I mean, it's, and then people running generators all this time, when you look at grocery stores like Maxwell's and Super Value and Abaco Groceries and other businesses that have to run generators for their customers to keep their produce, everything fresh. Understandable. Those generators are not cheap to run.
Not a price point going to go up at some point on the food to cover the generator diesel that they got to pay for.
But then the average mom and pop shop that does not have a generator, or some businesses that don't have a generator,
they'll lose produce.
They'll lose produce. But also, if their credit card machine is not up because power is off, that's business that they lose. Some businesses have to close early because the power's been off for, a couple hours. I mean, it's affecting everybody's livelihood. But at the end of the day, if you don't pay your BPL bill, or you don't pay your real property tax, or you don't pay your VAT, or you don't pay your boat licensing fee, or your car to be licensed, what happens? You get booked, you go to jail. But the government could act however they want, and they have no repercussion, and I will say it, they call it progress. This is not the progress I want. This is not the progress that I thought Brave Davis would have, or PM Davis would have wanted to see this country going in the next 5 years, or the start of his second term. I mean, if this is the progress you want, sir, God help this country of ours.
That's a good text right there. Good afternoon, MJ, Naughty, and Roscoe. To tell you the truth, the government don't care what people think, how they spend the people's money. They're not checking for no one. That's what we voted for, so we have to suck it up. Did you know the PLP got the name Progress from the person who can't enjoy the progress? His money was spent in vain. Oh, he caught on one of them aliases say there, text. I see you. Naughty and Roscoe, where's the $700 million gone? Why the power always off? Why the bill still high? What happened with beaches and parks? Why, as a Bahamian, we can't get no house? Only PLP people can get houses. I tell you, it's like one thing leads to another. And when you start talking about BPL, then it just opens up that can of worms. Because then it makes people realize other areas are falling down, and they got to bring that up too as well. This administration has not been progressive thus far. It is not. I don't know if they're looking at it from a different angle that I'm looking at it from, but I see no progression, Roscoe. Have you seen any?
I have not seen any progression. Right now, I've seen more setback than progression in our country.
I see more the same old.
But then you have IRCA that's supposed to be helping the Bahamian public and fighting on the Bahamian public side, but of course we know they're all controlled by government. They're little puppets, that really don't have a backbone, that won't speak out against issues like this. I mean, shouldn't there be a credit put to consumers' accounts?
Correct.
Not $8.45, but shouldn't some of this refund come back to the Bahamian public? I mean, how much?
There should be a per diem rate, and you should be able to say to them, "Look, I was off 5 days." Whether it was a day straight or 10 hours here, 3 hours here, 5 hours here, add it up and be able to say, I was out X, Y, and Z hours, which equals X amount of days. This is what you have to reimburse me for. Where's my credit?
Yeah. We're not going to see that. You're not going to see, how hard it is to get a replacement on something that BPL burns up, if it's a generator or if it's an AC or a microwave.
Because I hear it's not a full replacement. I hear it's a partial replacement.
Yes, because you have to, I mean, I know over here when we had something burn out, you know, I called the power station, had to let them know, you know, ended up getting the repairman here, letting BPL know, getting the application. And then when I submitted the bill, oh, you didn't get one of our BPL techs to come by and look. I was like, oh, mother, you know, why you didn't tell me that before? You know, we ended up having to buy the part ourselves. It's just too much rigmarole and red tape, you know, even within BPL to try to get a refund on something that BPL destroyed. I don't know.
And I've heard a lot of complaints about that too. A lot of people have issues with the fact that they cannot get a refund on products that were destroyed and appliances that were destroyed and produce that was destroyed and medication that went awry because it had to be refrigerated.
Yeah. It's just frustrating. And I mean, I know that a lot of radio shows and I know a lot of people have been beating this, but it seems like every year it's the same thing. And when is that gonna, when is that cycle gonna break? When, you know, somebody said, oh, Roscoe, let's get together in March and let's go protest. I said, how many people are going to actually come out in Abaco to protest BPL? You know, people are going to make it political and say, oh, because Roscoe said it and he supported Pintar. You know, we don't need, you know, at the end of the day, then suffer. You know, if you choose not to come out and stand up for your country and for the way that you're being treated, no matter if you're FNM or PLP or DNA or COI, at the end of the day, if you're willing not to voice your opinion, just as some of these big PLPs can see what's going on in this country and will just sit back and not say a word, y'all are just as guilty and you have no backbone.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Yes. Good afternoon. Interesting show. Very interesting show. You guys just mentioned about the cost of the small businesses. Yes. So the cost has risen. Every small business now needs a generator. And the cost of maintaining that generator, also the crime, the petty crime, and serious crime that goes on, business being robbed left and right, that affects small to medium-sized businesses. So not only the high cost of power, energy, also crime. Both of those are terrifying to businesses to have a business in this country.
Good points there, caller. Very good points. And obviously you're a business owner, correct?
Yeah. Anyway, and this morning we see that immigration has sent back 60-plus illegal immigrants. Now that the government has a new voter base, I guess they are double-crossing the Haitians and starting to send them back, eh? Anyway, you guys, interesting talk show. We can talk about it until the people get out and do something about it. Anyway, appreciate your show. Keep up the good work,
Thank
guys.
you. And don't be a stranger, man, all right? Don't be a first time, long time. Good points. Chime in. I got a couple other one text to get to. We got another call. Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads.
Hello?
Hello?
Is it Talking Heads?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Naughty, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, I'm pretty good. I'm trying to find out. Okay, it's quite interesting. I'm listening to your show. I'm a straight shooter, okay? In the last 5 years, the government had borrowed over $500 million, and we don't know what they did with it.
I thought you knew, because people asking me, I don't know where it's going. I thought you knew where it's going.
No, I don't know where it's going. We should try finding out where it's going. But the fact is this, okay?
If they've
taken another 700. They've taken another 700, and we don't know where the money going. Only on the basis of what they're saying. Why is it that we are looking for, as intelligent people, we are looking to find out what the government is doing, and they're showing us what they're doing with their actions each and every day. The citizenry of the country had an opportunity to change that on election day. They decided with the slave mentality to go with the abuse that we are receiving now. When you talk about electricity, the electricity is this. First and foremost, we need to find out. We don't have probative journalists that dig deeply into certain things. We just pass over things and talk about things for a couple of days. Then something else comes up. 5 years go on, we then forget everything that happened in 5 years. Okay? What we need to do is find out, under the Perry Christie administration, who changed the Electricity Act and who they changed it for. We need to find out who owns BPL. That's what we need to find out. We are talking around the government. It's not, the government needs to speak up and tell you all who owns BPL. That's what we need to find out. The journalists need to dig deep and find out who owns BPL.
I totally agree with your points that you're making, sir. I mean, obviously, you need the answers to those questions. Obviously, if we had a Freedom of Information Act, that would assist in getting to the bottom of it. Also, like I say, journalists need to do more due diligence, do more digging. Don't be scared. Ask the tough questions. All right, let's get back to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, good afternoon, Naughty, and your guest or your co-host.
Afternoon, bro.
Listen, I think until Bahamians, I think this is the right time for litigation for Bahamians to now sue, because we can't listen. The politicians they ain't to do. And you notice that Joe Colby going quiet now. When things going good, they mouth loud. But now that when things bad, they let everyone else speak up.
I think she needs to be quiet on the whole, because she goes out and puts out all of these grandiose press releases ahead of time and then fails to deliver on anything she's promised.
But it ain't only her, But politicians ain't supposed to be speaking on operations. Their job is policy. And they should speak from policy and then remain silent, but they like to take the front so they can get recognition. It really should be the people who run these agencies, the directors, the managers, the CEOs, who always should speak up. And so now, because she was taking the credit, she should get the whipping along with it. But unfortunately, until Bahamians sue the government, until there's a brave lawyer and class action against the government for loss of food, for shops.
I bet you on the class action. We should take a class action out against them, especially for loss of food, appliances, sleep deprivation.
Yes, all the losses that occur. Let them prove that they didn't do it. Hold them accountable, because the $8 ain't going to be nothing. I agree with that. You got to go for big money so that they'll know politicians don't interfere with these things. Let these corporations run the way they should be run. Let people who are smart enough to run these agencies run them. You could sue them based on that. And then what you'll do, and you'll branch onto things. You'll watch our government now handing out land and only, or someone says, okay, only certain people getting houses, sue them. Why? And then let them provide the records and show that, it appears that 90% of the people who get it is really PLP. But that's not the way it's supposed to go. And when you sue them, there's accountability, and then and the judge will force them to change the way they handle their practices. You'll take it out of their hands. You'll have a body that's independent, set up a different, and we could do this across the board. But until someone takes a big, and Bahamians are willing to do it, and it doesn't require a bunch of us. It requires a bunch of people with a little bit of money. It ain't require one person with plenty of money. That's my contribution for the day. Thanks, bro.
Good stuff, man. Don't be a stranger. Good points you brought up there, for sure.
And Nordy, I agree. I agree with your caller. I do believe that the Bahamians, a group of Bahamians, need to get together and put pressure either through legal action against BPL or the BPL and the government of the Bahamas for, the position we are in today because of the inefficiencies of them running our government and putting money where it's supposed to be, i.e. power, whatever, infrastructure, wherever it may be. Now, how do we go about that? Is, and as your caller said, is getting a decent lawyer that is not scared and willing to fight this on behalf of the Bahamian people. Don't IRCA. I mean, I don't. $7 or $8 on your bill is not what people are looking for.
No bueno. If you're looking for relief, it need to be more than $8.50.
Naughty, come on. I mean, even if you bought in another 6 or 8 megawatts of power here to Albuquerque, you would be able to help sustain the load shedding. You know that Cooperstown has a part missing off of their generator, or one of their generators were down. Well, how come that hasn't been fixed yet? You know, I mean, it's just things like this that, you know, or when a transformer blows up or, you know, something like that. Why is there not a backup one on island? You know, it's common sense. When you're building a house here in Albuquerque and you're in the construction business, you know, lumber yards, whatever they are, they make sure they have enough of what you need, or that they could have it within the next day or so. It seems like with BPL, it's, you know, the next couple weeks.
All buck up, go. Let's get to these texts real quick because we get into almost time. Good afternoon, MJ, Naughty, and Roscoe. Exuma Keys is suffering from BPL, BEC 30 years now. Whoever's in charge for managing and innovating the Bahamian infrastructure needs to be fired. It's a disgrace for this country to be this far back in 2026. Naughty, where the $700 million gone? Why the power always off? Why the bills still high? What happened with the beaches and parks? Why are Bahamians can't get no house, only PLP people? Text, so this the third time you done sent me the text. I don't know if you missed me reading it the other times, but you only got to send it one time. I get it in and I get it on. Naughty Roscoe, only Dwight has faith in Urca. The rest of us know where they stand. Lousy. Naughty and Roscoe, Bahamians wake up. Choosing the wrong government can mean higher costs with little relief for ordinary people, poor public services, unreliable electricity, healthcare, roads, and essential services. Mismanagement of public funds and lack of accountability, broken promises with little action to improve people's lives. Weak leadership that reacts to problems instead of preventing them. Lost opportunities for jobs, investment, and economic growth. Frustration and loss of confidence in government and its institutions. Years of consequences that citizens ultimately have to pay for. Bahamas Power and Lies, I like that one. And the Blackout Grid Consortium seems to be suffering from administrative incompetence, just like our government. It's definitely administrative, because I know some of them hard-working line staff, and it's not them.
No.
We are being played. The supplier of fuel to BPL is a hardline party supporter. Homies, cronies, lovers, and friends. Bahamas Power and Lies, the Blackout Grid Consortium seems to be suffering. Okay. If I don't read it the first time, I get it. Y'all don't have to send it 2 and 3 times. Texas, I got y'all. That 847 was an insult. How did they expect to make a profit on the recent CFAL offering with BGC? I agree with that caller. Sue the BPL and the government. Let's put our minds together and fix this country and stop all this bureaucracy. We need to really get serious.
Yep.
Yes, sir. We got another call. Let's jump on that one. Talking Heads.
Naughty, what's going on?
What's happening?
Yeah, I turned the radio down a little bit. Naughty.
What you got for us today?
At this point, Naughty, don't you think we're at the stage where we are not going to no longer accuse the F&M of some of the defaults of this country? The PLP has had almost 6 years. And the problems that they say they would resolve through their slogan, progress, has not happened. What I am really angry about, Naughty, is the Prime Minister has not addressed the Bahamian people and apologized for some of the wrongdoing. Because why would you hire a politician who had failed us to go back in energy? Why would you hire a Minister of Health who has failed us to go back in the Ministry of Health? Dr. Dowell and Ms. Davis need to resign. In most countries, they would make them resign. The Prime Minister himself, same as if he does not have control. He will be, after this term, labeled as the worst Prime Minister in the Bahamas. Thank you.
Good stuff, caller. Appreciate your points as always. Naughty and MJ, I need you to do a deeper dive into this. It's a lot of talk swirling, and if you look at the deportations, it seems like the PLP is deporting their base. That's the third time that's come up today. You already got that on your mind. Let me get these last texts in. Okay, yeah, I think we got them all. Covered. Yeah, we got them all covered. I agree with that caller. Should be, yeah, we got them all covered. So, Roscoe, what you got to say before we wrap? Because we almost to the break.
Naughty, the only thing I really got to say is...
And I appreciate you being here, chiming in as always.
Let's look at St. George Power Company on Spanish Wells and model that. And, that should be a model system for the rest of the Bahamas to use. I mean, I don't think Bahamians would mind paying a couple more cents a kilowatt if they had proper power being run constantly and they had constant power every day and at night.
All right, but we'll do it again next Monday, my brother. I appreciate you. I hope you stay cool the rest of the week. I hope the power stays on. No more fires.
It's hot as hell, man, Naughty. This the hottest. Somebody said to me the other day, says, man, Roscoe, you know how hot it is? I said, you know what? I believe we're just getting older and older, and our bodies can't take the heat like they used to. No, this ain't no menopause and no menopause, buddy. This lousy BPL, buddy. I know. Well, I appreciate. I'm glad to be back, Naughty. I hope we keep this up back on Monday.
See you next Monday
with Abaco Report. Good afternoon, Bahamas, and God bless everyone, my friend.
We'll see you next Monday. All right, man. Good stuff, Ross. Appreciate you. We'll get to the break. The news is coming up. Outside of the news, we'll go over into the 5 o'clock. I got a couple of tidbits for you. We will talk sports, but I'm going to take you down memory lane. So forget and remember coming up. So don't touch the dial.
One in the air for the people ain't here. Two in the air for the people.
Check every week for a year. Percy's pension plan. Island game, keep you winning. Percy's pension plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's pension plan. Island game, we got you. Percy's pension plan. From the friends you can trust. It's winning is a must. Come play the game, you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island game.
Summer's here, and KFC's got summer buckets just for you. Every bucket starts with 8 legs and thigh pieces of your favorite chicken, plus 4 golden biscuits. Grab the value bucket for just $20 or go big with our mega bucket, packed with everything you need for summer fun on the beach, boat, or on the road. Need more? Add 4 Pepsis, Fountain Fries, or the new mango dessert biscuit for only $5. KFC's summer buckets have big flavor, big value, and finger-licking good chicken only at KFC Nassau.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come to the show. What's up? Alright, already somebody knows. What's up? Right till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come to the show. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that shit down made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me.
Monday, August 10th edition of Talking Heads, Naughty and Company, right up until 6 p.m. And we're going to talk sports this hour for sure. But I got a little something to set off this top of the hour, a little forget and remember. You know, we like to go down memory lane here on Talking Heads. And I got a little special exercise coming up. But let me get these last couple of texts in. Man, Naughty, y'all need to chill about Lady JoBeth Kobe Davis. Lady? Has she been titled? Lady? I didn't see no Queen's Honors come out. Last time I checked, Lady Stone knocked down police officers, allegedly. Anyway, the citizens of this nation cannot expect Lady Jo Beth as a cabinet minister or senior cabinet minister who is paid a healthy six-figure salary from taxpayers to come off her grand European excursion to oversee and provide leadership to the ministry where her photo is framed in the main area. Texter, I love your facetiousness, I love your sarcasm, but between me and you, damn Skippy, she need to get off the vacation and come back if there's an emergency here. Any minister, from the PM right down, they work for us. And we need to remind them who they work for. That's the problem. For too long, they've been carrying on like we work for them. And we should be grateful for anything they give us with our money. Joe Mess, that's my new nickname for her. Joe Mess, because every ministry she's been in has been a mess. Anywho, I digress. Let's have a little bit of fun here, people. Now, I want y'all to call in, and I want y'all to chime in, and I want y'all to text in, and tell me if you've been to any of these places before. And I'll tell you exactly what that really means on the bigger scale of things. If you remember the following, listen out now. Wolf Road Theater, Chicken Unlimited, Swank's Pizza, the Ironmongery, Mademoiselle, Prince Charles Drive-In, Coral World, the Silver Slipper, Morris, the original Morris Toyland, but it's now Automall, Seafloor Aquarium, Just Right Bakery, Emerald Beach and Nassau Beach Hotels, Christine and Johnny's, the Drumbeat Club, Juggy's Video, International Bazaar, Chalks Airways, Father Allen's Chicken Shack, Green Shutters, Jumbay Village, the Nassau Shop, Village Lanes Bowling Alley, the Shoal Restaurant, Paradise Island Airport, Smiley's Place, Keith's Chicken Shack, the Linen Shop, Pastiche, Atlantic Satellite, Meldon Enterprises, Hobby Horse Hall Racetrack, the Reef Restaurant, the Cat and the Fiddle, and Le Pond. If you remember all of them, let me tell you something. You officially old. No, I'm joking.
I've been in all of them. But I've been in the Cat and Fiddle.
I was going to say, Pearlie had to go in each and every one of them because the only one that I did not check on my list here, to be honest with you, would have been
Cat and Fiddle.
Because I was just a little bit before my time, and the Cat and the Fiddle.
Well, I've been in the Cat and the
Grandpa
Fiddle.
Thompson had multiple champion horses at the racetrack, and he used to go to the Cat and the Fiddle. So it's all good. It's like I was there anyway.
I've been to the Cat and Fiddle, but that's when it was the Vikings, Jungle Shah.
Now, Pastiche, you know, the funny thing about Pastiche, that became joke as well. So, hell yeah, I've been to Pastiche.
Oh, yeah.
Before, during, and after.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. House of Music, too. It was House of Music was the record shop right next to Super Value Nassau Street. Bradley Robertson owned that.
Chicken Unlimited was decent. They used to get the up. Swanks was some of the best pizza ever.
But the Chicken Unlimited had one right here on the corner of Nassau Street opposite Dirty's where the tire shop is now. That used to be Chicken Unlimited.
Morris Toyland was the thing, boy.
Everybody knows what
Shirley Street.
Kelly's. Yeah, what Kelly's do is when the Morris Toyland started many moons ago.
Drumbeat Club. You had the late, Peanuts Taylor there.
Taylor. Yeah.
And they had a character in front of there with their doorman. He was called Raker. He was a former jockey. And they used to call him Cowboy because he used to put on the tuxedo and the hat and all. But his thing was he would out cigars on his arms. And the tourists would pay him to watch him out cigars on his arms. And this dude would be making buku bucks every night.
Jeez. Did you call Culture Club?
No, he didn't call it Culture Club, but we could call it.
Yeah, Culture Club. Yeah. Flagler Inn. The Buccaneer Lounge in the Flagler Inn.
Yep.
Crow's Nest on top of Holiday Inn.
That's right. The living room downstairs in Nassau Beach Hotel.
Pino's. Pino's, the Palace.
Pino's downtown, best pizza before they retired and Swanks became number one.
Yeah.
They only became number one because Pino's retired. Pino's Pizza was off the flipping chain, boy.
Savoy Theater. That was on Bay Street. My mom told me only she could have gone. My dad couldn't go in there. She could have gone, but my dad couldn't go. You had to be a particular hue.
Okay, now see people chiming in already. Pender Sodas are Pearlie and Naughty. Yes, but Pender Sodas was off the chain.
Yes, yes.
Long
I
Island
think I
was
had
good. Abaco orange was good, but the grape one, the C grape, was off the chain.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yep.
remember Super Video. But all them kung fu movie, like, what are you mean Super
Yeah.
Video?
Well, the Wolfwood Theater, the Sunshine Twin. Remember the Sunshine Twin? You go in the Sunshine Twin. Every blow, your mother, yep, be. Oh, that's all there. The whole theater used to shout out. Karate movie. Everybody was karate expert after that.
I saw that's the truth. What about Hobby Horse? Hobby mentioned that. I saw an ad from BPL saying GIS officers will be going around neighborhoods for an equipment inventory. Who thinks of these idiotic things? First parliamentary registry publicized your personal identifying details along with a map to your house. Now they want the map to your house to show what you have in it for the thieves to be more efficient and targeted. Who gave them the right to inventory my personal belongings? This is private information.
That don't sound right.
Purdy, what about Adam and Eve, clothes closet, house sale, National School of Dance? And yeah, let's throw GM Jam Boutique in there as well, too, the late, great Louis Sawyer.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Stop. You did. You said the Stop and Shop, right?
Yeah, Adam and Eve, they could have still been around, but White Soul Man said, but I leave this to you, I can retire. You ain't gonna put me out of my retirement.
Yeah. Stop and Shop used to have those candies just lying right off in those funny shaped jars.
Naughty and Pearly Howard Johnson's for ice cream. The Chinese rice house, we had to go downstairs. That became drop off. That became rack 'em up. But that used to have Oriental Express downtown nearby, and that had some of the best Chinese food ever. And then it became rack 'em up a pool hall.
Yeah, but Howard Johnson's. Oh yeah, I remember that.
My grandpa KM used to take me there all the time by Howard Johnson. And I used to get the burgundy cherry ice cream from them because they had the big pieces of cherry and ice cream. But
my dad used to work there. So as young 17, 18-year-old, you meet a little young lady, you want to go for ice cream and you go there. My dad, I had to spend no money. Daddy took care of it. That was the place to go for ice cream.
Rolo Polo rotisserie chicken by the bridge. Yes, I had that a couple of times, but that was too short-lived.
But the Bridge Inn, if you want to say by the Bridge Inn is right there.
And that's the next thing on the list. The text just chimed in. What about the Bridge Inn?
Yeah.
El Toro restaurant was good downtown, and so was Lums. Them roast beef sandwich at Lums, you couldn't beat them.
Lums. Oh yeah, Lums used to be there. That was the lunch spot. That's the place everybody went to Lums.
And then of course you got classic GR Speaking for Your Shoes. John's, Mike's Shoe Store, yes. But shout out to Mike. And listen, speaking of Mike's Shoe Store, shout out to Mr. Mike Linares and Mr. Charlie Linares. I mean, Mr. Nick Linares and Charlie Linares. Yeah. But especially Nick, because he has been one of the most long-suffering Rams fans I know. I already know how you can be carried on this season, Mr. Linares. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
But just be careful when they buck my New Look Cowboys. Just be careful.
Oh, God. Anyhow.
Early, I've been watching training camp. I might become that guy this year.
Oh, boy.
1 playoff victory makes me that guy. 2 makes me a freaking idiot. NFC Championship game. Wow. What if we go to
you always this guy in August, September. You telling me that yesterday, but spinning. Oh, my goodness.
Wait, you were spinning hard yesterday from them.
You never believe in Dallas could win the Super Bowl. I
you jumped up and you go, the Dodgers also lost 7 games last year as well.
Actually, last year, this time, we were 70-49. The year before that, we were 70-48. And this year, 70-47. The same exact record we had for the last 3 years we have right now, as of yesterday.
Okay, Freddie. We can get to sports in a second. My aunt was manager at the Howard Johnson. Don't forget Tony Roma's A Place for Ribs, which is now KFC Saunders Beach.
Swank. We did say Swanks, right?
Yeah, we said Swanks a long time.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Did you redeem soda caps to get in the movie like Shirley Street Theater?
Saturday, yes. Coca-Cola, yes. So Saturday mornings, yes.
Hey,
anybody remembers? I know something nobody remember. When Pinewood Gardens was first being developed, and they had a plane that used to fly around with a message on it for 30 days. And if you bring the people who bring it in got a prize, and people used to be running outside looking for this plane to write down this message every day for 30 days. It was an awesome promotion. So I told you nobody remember that.
What about the Piper Peace? Hell yeah, Mademoiselle Stop and Shop, the Shirl Restaurant. Hey, what about St. Michael's?
Yes, yes. And you know, Nassau, where John Bullis now used to be the Nassau shop. That was the meeting place when school closed for Christmas. Yeah,
That's
everybody
why
be
they
in front
all
of
the
the
stores
Nassau
in Bay
shop.
Street rolled up into one because they took a bunch of stores on Bay Street and put them right in one. Let's go to
Yeah.
the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hi, Naughty.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. I was calling about the Piper Peace, but you already said it when I was holding.
Piper Peace is off the chain. What I like about Piper Peace is you could find candy bars and chocolates from all over the world, man.
Yes,
You remember
I just want to say that.
Remember the shack up Montague?
Le Shack, how you mean?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That was one of my first places coming out of St. Andrews when you go in and you start your party in, man. Le Shack, man, how you mean?
Man,
Yes.
Burgers
Kim
was
knows
off the
that
chain.
used to own that, but they had some great burgers up there, boy.
Burgers was
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
chain.
Did we say Captain Nemo's?
No, that's another one for sure. But good stuff, Quad. I appreciate you calling. Captain Nemo's was good too there, Pearly. I ain't gonna lie. What else? You still got Mortimer's Candy Kitchen too. It was there. And that's still there. And you still
That's
got
still there. That's still there. The same
you
look.
still got the
same
Model
everything.
Bakery on Dazzle Street as well too.
That's still there. The same look that it was 30 years ago. It is today.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty.
What's happening?
Wait, I got all you and your guests. I got all y'all on these two spots. You all ready? Chase Manhattan Bank. Where it
What?
was on Bay Street.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Chase Manhattan Bank on Bay Street. This building that is now.
That's now. I'm cash and go.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. I got another one. Crystal Club.
Crystal Club. Now, there was a Crystal Club down in the Crystal Palace Theater that became Kokomo's where they used to do, not Crystal Palace Theater, but in the Crystal Palace where they did timeshare. And Shelly Marston used to work there.
Hold on. I probably say, you remember that sophisticated club that Mrs. Pillin visit in the Golden Gate Plaza?
Bristol Club. Bristol.
Bristol Club, yeah. Bristol Club, yeah.
You said it wrong, but it's Bristol Club, of course.
Hey, give me a break. I all you know.
But you said you was going to get me and Pearly on them too, and me smoked you.
You see that, hey?
All right, man. Have a good one, bro. Good stuff. You're right, Naughty. St. Michael's had the best clothes and the best underwear, too. They would last forever.
You know what? The best homemade old-fashioned milkshake? Dirty's on the corner of Nassau Street and Boyd Road.
And it's
They used
still...
to put- yeah, but they don't make the milkshake no more. But they used to make the milkshake with real ice cream.
And you can't forget Keats, but if you can mention Keats, you can't forget Keats.
Oh yeah, Keats used to sell you the real chicken in the bag, in the wax paper, in the brown paper bag.
It's okay. Yeah, Pearly, man. Keats was off the chain, man.
Mm-hmm.
Big up to the Ironist, man. That was definitely a staple. Let's go to the... All right, we got the call out of the way. Naughty St. Michael's was the best clothing. Naughty, call us. I see you. We'll get you in a second, man. Naughty, you and Pearly need to chill about Lady Jo Beth Kobe Davis. The citizens of this nation cannot expect Lady Jo Beth Kobe to... Listen. I think there might be a glitch with BTC today. Because I get these texts 2 and 3 times in a row. BTC, know better, do better. Pearly and Naughty, what about Green Shutters? Green Shutters was off the chain. That's one of my dad's favorites. And a lot of the guys off the cruise ships used to go there, man. They used to love Green Shutters.
Yep.
A lot of the croupiers, too.
Yep.
Charlie's was another one, too.
Yep.
YKS and Muckamucks. Lot of mercy for your diamond socks, for sure.
K.S. Moses.
Bowling Alley on Village Road, they had the best fries. They had the best fries.
I got a store for you. 2 East Street. That's off Bay Street. Hot Paul's Boutique.
Pat Paul's got it all.
Uh-huh.
Pat Paul was the man, though. You know how people like to put out nasty rumors back in the day? They put one out about Pat, and Pat come with one of the greatest commercials ever. Come and visit me. I'm Pat Paul. I've got beauty aids, cool aids, roll aids, Band-Aids. He put it all down. Pat is a great dude. I had a great store in the hotel as well, too, for years and years and years.
I got my prom suit from him, and he all I had to do is get a piece of a color of the cloth of the girl's dress, and he had me in a nice suit with the tie and shirt to match. I was shocked. I was shocked.
Pat got a bunch of straight when we first started on the front desk to Merv Griffin. And he's like, look, they ain't gonna buy you no uniform for this shift. You all come see me and I get you hooked up with a couple of jackets, couple of pants you all can mix and match for the week, man. I went in there, spent a couple of dollars, Pat had me good to go, boy. Good to go. None of you guys remember the Ice House in Oaksfield. Hold on, wait a minute. Pearl, you remember the Ice House?
Yeah. Right at the Big Rock Ice right now. It's across the street from Popeyes. That's where it used to be. Right there.
Yep. I remember Mars. We remember the Palm on Bay Street. And no, Pat is not Fine Threads. Fine Threads is a separate entity. Okay? Long time. Don't get it mixed up. And that text earlier, you just texted. I know all these things right on everything. Right? But you're wrong on that one.
Fine Threads are the Trico brothers, correct?
Correct. All right, let's go to the phone lines. The lines are full. Talking Heads.
Yeah, so you had Pat Paul, you had Tempo Paris, right?
Downtown, correct. And you had Bennett next to Tempo.
That ain't what they call for. Now, remember at the Shirley Street Theater, they used to play the Finco commercial before the movie. With the money bug. Y'all remember that?
Vaguely.
I used to remember all the cartoons at Shirley Street, all the Woody Woodpecker, Tom and Jerry.
And beat the money bug and whole movie theater with, let out an expletive. Y'all ain't remember that? Wow.
No, I remember.
I'm sure the people remember them.
I remember the commercial they used to play at Shirley Street all the time for Leslie Miller's paint place. Buy Sunburst Paints. It's the best paints inside the Bahamas.
Yeah, I remember that commercial.
Let's go to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Hey, good afternoon, Naughty and Pretty.
What's up,
Yeah, I know you and you all never been to the mud. And y'all remember the mud, and possibly y'all got to remember the Family Island Inn.
Oh, yeah. I remember Family Island Inn.
Boiled fish and the Nassau at that time.
You're talking about the Family Island Lounge with the late, great Rudy Grant used to manage and take care of? Mr. Magical himself, Mr. Fat Fingers, my good brother, my colleague, Lord bless the dead.
Yeah. All right, Mom, y'all keep it up, buddy. Listen.
I've been around, man. I've been around. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Hi, Naughty?
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm a first-time caller, and I wanted to remind you all of some more stores. City Pharmacy.
Yes, indeed. With Mr.
Columbus
Sweden, Mr. Pharmacy for years. Got a shout out City Pharmacy, man. Yes, Mr. Jack Sweeten, the late Jack Sweeten.
On Market Street.
Yes.
Deal's Department Store.
Yes.
Domestic Bazaar.
Yeah.
Larry's Dress Shop.
The Linen Shop.
Shoe Store. Jack and Jill. I could remember more, but I think that's enough.
You done a great job.
I enjoy your show very much. Oh, one more, Golden Dragon Restaurant. That was so good.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Man. Don't be a stranger, man. You got some good points today, man. I want to hear what else you got to say on some other topics, man. Good stuff. Let's get to the other calls.
Okay, thank you all so much for what you do. Love you all.
Take care of yourself,
appreciate you calling. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty. I had the call when I hear you talk about the bowling alley at the best fries. They used to be joking. You know what the best fries?
Who?
Chicken Unlimited.
Who?
Chicken Unlimited are the best fries.
No. Listen.
I don't care what you
go, if you want to go into fries now and
Chicken
talk about the
Unlimited
best fries, period.
fries.
No, sir. McDonald's still got the best fries, period.
What you ask the question, who had the best fries, and what should people call and say? Especially when you buy that box of pound fry for $2.
Listen, I didn't ask who had the best. I stated in my opinion who had the best, just like you stating in your opinion, which is wrong, who had the best. That's okay. Chicken Unlimited had good fries. McDonald's still got the best. But that bowling alley had some good fries. Now, just because what you stated wasn't correct, that don't make you a bad person. Chicken Unlimited had good fries and they had good chicken special, babe. So I'll never go against them. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Hi, how are you doing, Naughty?
Good afternoon.
Yes, okay, what about the show?
Mommy mentioned the show several times, but yeah, when the show was there, that was a great spot.
Okay,
that was my Saturday morning breakfast.
Pardon?
The Crown Hotel. Remember they had a restaurant there as well down on East Bay Street.
Right. They had one on the Crown downstairs, but they let that building go years ago.
Yeah, they let it go. Absolutely. And then they had the Palm Tree, had the best burger on Market Street.
Oh, yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah,
Say it again.
The Palm Tree restaurant on Market Street.
And I know the grandchildren trying to do something with it out west, but they ain't close to what Grandpa and Grandma used to do with that burger.
Okay, no.
Yeah,
I was like, hold on, they open back up, and I go down there, and I was like, okay, no. But yes, that's my 2 cents, darling. Y'all, thank y'all so much for the work y'all do. Keep it up, man. Have a good evening.
Appreciate you calling. Thanks. Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty, anybody talked about any of the music places yet?
Any of the...
So, there was a record store. I'm not sure if it's Buck, but it used to be right across on Wolf Road, across from William Gordon Primary School. I grew up on that record store.
You talking about Bucks?
I guess that was Bucks then.
Bucks, and then they had House of Music too.
All I know, it was one small building, and if I found it to be small, and I was a little boy going to that primary school, if I found it to be small, it must have been small. But boy, the Teddy Pendergrass and those guys, they used to be licking them.
That's Bucks, man. That's Bucks.
Yeah. I just want to shout out that joint.
Good stuff, man. That's a good memory you brought up there. Bucks and Cody's, that's where I used to get all my records from.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Naughty Sparky, do y'all really want to go back?
Oh, God, I guess we ain't got no choice now. We got the original Funkadelic relic.
You know where the Horseshoe Restaurant was?
What's say?
You know where the Horseshoe Restaurant was?
No, but my grandpa K.M. Thompson did.
You know where Nassau Bicycle Shop was?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know where Weeks Bicycle Shop was?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know where the cinema movie theater was?
Yeah.
Which one?
You know where the Pelican Bar was? Right across from the cinema. You know the Nassau Shop Theater? The Savoy Theater? The Capitol Theater? You know where the Lemon Tree was?
We covered all of them, Sparky. They mentioned
you know
all
where
of them
the
so
Lemon
far.
Tree was? You know where the Yellow Bird was? You know where the Blue Moon was?
But I know where the break is, Sparky. The
Go back, I can carry you back.
Good stuff, Sparky. I appreciate you. We're going to take a quick break, flip side of the break. Pearlie and I will be back to wrap this up and talk some sports, so keep it right where you got it. The Monday, August 10th edition of Talking Heads.
Summer days wind down, a new school year begins. Grab your checklist and head on over to Kelly's House and Home for their 20% off back to school sale, except on net items now through September 2nd. They have everything you need like Toto, JanSport, and character backpacks, lunch boxes, composition books, pens, pencils, calculators, and more. Spend $50 or more on school supplies and you could win one of 2 gift baskets, bicycles, a laptop computer, or a Crayola-filled stocking. Catch Kelly's House and Home's back to school sale now through Tuesday, September 2nd.
No budget for a vacation this summer? No worries. We got you. Guardian Radio 96.9 will fly you and a guest to South Florida for a vacation of a lifetime. Our sweet summer escape gets you round-trip tickets on Bahamas Air. $1,000 spending cash, thanks to Percy's Island Games. Brand new luggage from Brass and Leather. 4 days and 3 nights at the beautiful Holiday Inn Express Plantation. Free car rental from Hertz, too. All you need is your passport. We got you covered. Enter now for the Guardian Radio 96.9 Sweet Summer Escape. Fill out the form in today's Nassau Guardian and follow us on all social media platforms. Remember, you must be 18 or older to enter. Entry deadline August 12th, drawing August 14th. Taxes not included and certain restrictions apply.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's. We put fashion at your feet.
Buffalo Ranch. Dunk Buffalo Ranch. Get messy with it.
Dive in hot with the new KFC Dunk Buffalo Ranch.
Hey, Dunk Buffalo Ranch.
A crispy ranch chicken sandwich with buffalo sauce on the side.
Buffalo on the side. Buffalo on the side.
For just $8.95, get messy with it and dunk it how you want it. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Everybody dunk. Everybody ranch.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come to the show. What's up? Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody
We're back at you on the Monday, August 10th edition of Talking Heads. Naughty and Pearly and Company right up until 6 p.m. Let me get these texts out of the way, Pearly, and then we'll talk some sports. New Horizon, GR Sweden, Mike Shoe Store. We had all of them covered. Thanks, Texter. You remember the ice cream parlor where McDonald's is now in Palmdale? The best banana splits. Unkies. That's what it used to be called, Unkies. I think Sean Range mommy used to own that. But that was an old-fashioned ice cream parlor right where McDonald's is now, and it's called Unkies. It was called Unkies. Good afternoon, Naughty and Pearly. What about the milk stand on Blue Hill Road and the palm tree on Market Street? Palm tree on Market Street, yes. You ever went to the milk stand, Pearly? I didn't make the milk stand.
There are a bunch of milk stands. Which one are you particularly talking about?
No's Dry Goods, 6th Street, Jerome Sawyer Granddad Shop in the Grove, opposite. I got it. Lord bless the dead, my good friend, one of my best friends, Patty Runks, Patrick Roll, a.k.a. Runks. Man, he turned me on to I got it years ago in the Grove, and I got it. Listen, no matter rain, snow, sleet, or shine, I got it, always got it. As a matter of fact, I don't think MJ ever been to I got it. I can take on one date to I got it and get one chicken in the bag. Tasty's Lumberyard. Tile and paint supplies, yes. Georgie Porgy. What a flip, yes, Georgie Porgy. New Horizon with a Rasta shop. You can also mention that earlier, the late Louis Sawyer, man. Yum's Cafe, Gene Junction, we mentioned them. House of Values, House of Sales, Bluffs Restaurant, Johnson's Ice Cream Parlor. Pearly, you're wrong. The Ice House is where Wendy's is in Oaksfield.
I give it down.
Remember the Bamboo Lounge in the old airport? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Clothing for females to go to happy hour. Okay. That random thought came out. Bayside, Kelly's Bakery, Market and Marathon, Bata Shoes, Jackie Snack City Markets, food, yep. Smuggler's Pub. No, sir. You ain't got me but Smuggler's Pub. Smuggler's Pub is downtown in the International Bazaar, or near the Internet, right next to where the International Bazaar is. I used to go watch World Cup soccer in there from a long time with my daddy and the Smugglers. All right? That was a hangout for the cruise ship crew. You ain't telling me nothing but no Smugglers. Joey's in Chippenham. You remember that one, Pearly?
Yeah.
Castaways. Yes, Castaways Conquest was the best.
Uh-huh.
Right, Naughty, Buck's House of Music and Cody's Record Store. Don't forget the Hole in the Wall.
Oh, yeah.
Fitzgerald Bicycle Shop, Lincoln Boulevard and Wolf Road. Jambay Village. The Conch Shell Club and Dorset Grocery and Coconut Grove. Yes, Dorset Grocery and Coconut Grove. We used to buy Fanto Leaf from Dorset Grocery and Coconut Grove. That's all I can say about that. Salt beef, cardboard for straw work, and all you need you could find in the big supermarket. The Seafloor Aquarium. Pearl and I remember the Seafloor very, very well.
Very well. Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's jump on in. We're going to talk sports in a second, and we'll grab Statboy, but let's get to the phone lines. We got a couple of calls. Talking Heads.
Yeah, I got two for you, Naughty.
What you got?
There was a bookstore, ABC bookstore, to an arcade downtown on Bay Street.
It wasn't ABC bookstore. It was AAA bookstore. No, BAAA bookstore. Bahamas Anglo-American, BAA, Bahamas Anglo-American bookstore. The late Mr. Ozzie Roach owned it. His wife was Miss Katie Roach, who taught at St. Andrews. And you all know they two big-head sons, and I say that because that's my boys, Dorian and Cameron. You know their daughter Katie too, but I can say she got a big head.
Yeah, they swim as they.
They used to swim, correct.
They used to swim, right.
Mr. Roach owned that, and you could get every magazine there, like wrestling magazine. You could get every flipping wrestling magazine known to mankind. You all want to know why I up on sports so much? All my NFL, all my NBA, all my Major League Baseball used to come right there from Mr. Roach, Mr. Ozzie Roach, Lord bless the dead. BAAA bookstore, Bahamas, or BAA bookstore, Bahamas Anglo-American bookstore. Every comic you could imagine. That's a good one right there, man. Good
That's
one
a real
right
good
there,
one.
caller. Let's get back to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Turn your radio down for us, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, Talking Heads.
Turn your radio down for us, caller.
Caller, talk to the phone and cut your radio down.
Hello?
Caller.
Hello?
Turn your radio down.
Hello? The record shop where there was a meeting is Tony Record Shop on Wolf Road. That's Tony Knowles Record Shop. That's right on the side of the Vanguard. The Vanguard office was there. The further down was the Yellow Bird.
I know what you're talking.
Yeah, there was a fellow trying to remember Tony's Record Shop. That's where there's then right there with the Vanguard office also too. The Yellow Bird, they missed with the Yellow Bird.
I remember.
Okay, brother. All right.
Thanks.
Next time, turn your radio down and you call me Pops. Thanks.
When everybody calls, make sure you don't listen to the radio. There's a delay, so that in case you say the wrong word, you don't have to put it over the radio. So always listen to your phone.
All right, let's get back to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty and Bill.
What's going on?
Grammy boy, I don't want y'all to forget for all y'all early disco goes Uncle Phelps, you know. I don't want y'all to forget Uncle Phelps there on Cordova Avenue.
You got me beat. You got me beat. You got me beat on that one.
Yeah, that's Uncle Phelps. Uncle Phelps was there. And then don't forget Lumps on Bay Street.
You already called that long time, babe.
Oh, you called Lumps? What about the Ice House on Carmichael Road? The original Ice House?
Do.
Oh, okay, well, Grammy boy, they're calling in late. Okay, then.
Good stuff, Nana boy. How you feeling?
Be gone.
Yeah, we got to call back and find out how Nana boy feeling. 3 Queens, too. Let me say that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Dippity Dip in Palmdale and Dirty Dick's on Bay Street, and Dirty Dick's was a very popular steakhouse.
The Pink Pussy Gap.
I knew you were going to go there right after I said Dirty Dick's.
I don't mean the one in Miami. I'm talking about the one that was on, what's the road name that St. Francis Church is? Oh, Father.
Naughty, you're a rebel, you know. What do you know about Fonto Leaf? Listen to me. Let me show you all something. I'm a rebel, so rebel. You see all these light skin, conky Joe, mixed up dudes running this road. They running on the trail that the naughty one blazed. You see all the daddy whites them? They running on the trail the naughty one blazed. And see, I knew how to stay on the trail and not fall off it. And it ain't just whites, it's a couple other ones too. You all take your time. Even one of my co-workers to a point, but I ain't gonna call no name. I find it mighty interesting that his anniversary date is the same day, May 10th, as mine. Only I was 20 years ahead. But anywho, yeah, plenty of them running on the road that the naughty one blazed up on. I cut the path. And if you go to senior man around this town, they'll tell you, that's one hard mixed-up Kong salad, Hispanic causing panic, all right? The naughty Nasubian, the Hispanic causing panic, the Gruben Q, yes, me, that's I. So yeah, I could tell you more about Fonto Leaf too, Dexter, but that's for another day.
And another show.
I can tell you more.
Not me.
Let's get back to the phone line. Talking Head.
RBS Racetrack.
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Ain't much people can say they've been there. Not now.
I could say that I didn't make it there, but my grandpa made it there with a multitude of championship horses, a multitude of trophies, a multitude of pictures. I was part of the Hobby Horse Hall. I just didn't make it. It was before my time.
I remember a dear friend of mine used to work for my dad named C. Egg Taylor. He had a horse named Rockola. I think that was the slowest horse in the whole of the Hobby Horse racetrack.
But C. Egg was a good jockey in his time, though.
So his sissy, his nephew,
was one of the best.
Not C. Egg. Sissy, his nephew, Sissy Taylor, was the jockey.
And I'll tell you, right from Chippenham, one of the greatest horse trainers ever. The Chinese now own his little convenience store, but Mr. Henry Burroughs. Henry Burroughs is one of the best trainers ever.
Yes.
And he could chomp a cigar with the best of them.
And they used to sell all the feed, right there, all the different feed for horses, everything.
I could see him chomping on that cigar, looking at me going, Tommy, then we can get you on this horse, Tommy. We got to get you on this horse, Tommy.
Yeah.
Let's check the other phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Talking Heads. Hello.
Hey, Natty, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Gardner?
You know one which you ain't know at all. What would the loss with?
Yeah, you got me lost on that one.
Peter Pan.
Huh? That's the back of St. John's, man. Between St. John's and the post office.
Oh, the bush was called the lost word.
Hey, no bush, that was a garden in the back door.
I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now.
Right. What about G&M?
Oh, Battle Blaze.
That's Cardinals and Morris, Super Street.
Okay, that's Gary Blaze. G&M, that ain't Gary Blaze? It was Gary Blaze?
Right. That's mine. Yeah, that's the original.
Yeah.
G&M.
He had a sister named Antoinette, if I remember correctly.
Right. Yeah, man.
Good stuff, Gardner. Good stuff. I want the next text to text me and tell me if they know and remember where I Need a Laundry was. Pearly, you can't play. Remember where I Need a Laundry was? Let me know. Early Bird Food Store, Robinson Road, Carmichael, and Prince Charles Drive in movie theater.
And he actually had the
Apartments.
He had the one with the Chinese in Chippenham as well for a minute.
How about the Fountain of Youth? Naughty, I love when you reflect on the better times in Nassau. What?
The Fountain of Youth. Never mind. Let's go on.
Naughty, I love when you reflect on the better times of Nassau. It makes me sad to think of how much Nassau has changed for the worse. Finco Banks and First Bank. Herbie's Restaurant on Howard Road. Yes, Herbie's on Howard Road. I remember that.
People spend these savings bank if you really want to go back.
For real. Let's get back to the phone lines. Talking Heads. All right, hit us back, caller. But yeah, baby. Memory lane, boy, Pearly.
Yeah, I know.
But a lot of people like to look back and say, hey, thanks for the memories, you know?
Yeah, it's good always remember how things used to be. I was talking to somebody yesterday about house parties, and my mom used to say to me, Earl, the party and the people, yeah, they ain't down the road on the side of no car with no little girl. Earl, don't get yourself in trouble. And it reflect on when I send my kids to the party, I tell them the same thing, but tell them don't go on the road to go get shoot. So my mom was more concerned about me getting with a girl, and I'm more concerned about my kids getting some problems with fellas coming to parties and disrupting parties.
What about the Base Road Bar?
Times have changed in the Bahamas. Say that again.
What about the Base Road Bar? Me and Pearly know well about the Base Road Bar.
George Robinson Place. They just honored him. They just at St. Joseph Church just remembered him this week. And his death anniversary. God rest his soul.
And Travelers Rest as well, too. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Flip side of the break, Pearly and I'll be back to wrap things up. Keep it right where you got it. The Monday, August 10th, and the Talking Heads continues right after this.
Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that make you mad? They treat you like a slave. Put chains all on your
Hungry for some serious beef? Then get ready, because Burger King Nassau is bringing bringing back the double quarter pound king. That's a full half pound of flame grilled beef topped with melty cheese, tangy mustard, crunchy pickle, and fresh onions. Served on a toasted sesame seed bun, classic style. Big flavor, big protein, big satisfaction. Get your double quarter pound king meal with medium fries and a drink for only $10.35. More food, less money. Only at Burger King Nassau.
Running low on summer funds? Squeeze every drop of fun out of your summer with Fidelity Personal Loan. From backyard upgrades to family getaways, Fidelity is here to help. Call 356-7764 today.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year.
Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, keep doing it. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust.
If winning is a must, go play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come to the show. What's up? Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come to the show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats, then get busy on they. See, that's how that shit tell me, man. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up when times is hard.
We're back at you on the Monday, August 10th edition of Talking Heads. Naughty and Kelly in the company right up until 6 p.m. 5:50 p.m. is the time. And, yeah, man. You all really went down memory lane today. One time for Piccolo, too.
That's some good stuff. Times, you know, it is amazing how we've changed as a, not just the Bahamas, you know, the world has changed as the people. You know, back then it was fun. You look forward to, you know, going out on Friday night after work. You go to Trade Winds, and from Trade Winds to Pastiche and Rose Lawn to get some food 5 o'clock and then 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning before you go home. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. You know, you met girls, you made friends. You didn't have no cell phone. You didn't have no social media. So, you know, the only time the message got out or people talk about what you did is what they talk face to face. And life was good. Life was good, you know. We didn't have, the only way you could block somebody's phone call is you leave your phone off the hook. You know, your remote was the youngest one in the room, but you could change that channel. You only had 4 channels, ABC, CBS, NBC. Maybe the PBS station may kick in to make it the 4th channel. Basketball used to come on 11:30 at night. They taped the late on a Friday night. You got to see a lot of the Knicks and Lakers because that's who everybody liked. And Celtics. But life has changed a lot.
And then with the introduction of satellite, that took it to a whole different level too.
Oh, yeah. I've been to a fella called Family Island Lounge. It brought back a memory when Doc Gooden and Fernando Valenzuela was going to tee off against each other. And I didn't have a satellite dish yet. And we drove all around Nassau trying to find a spot. And we went in Family Island Lounge, had a big screen TV up there and the game on. And it was Sweetheartsville. All kind of old dudes is in there with the little dancing and thing. And we trying to watch the game and these dudes dancing in front of us and all that. But
you're lucky they didn't roll you out.
No, they were good because some people literally came to watch Doc Gooden and Fernando Valenzuela pitch against each other. I think the Dodgers won that game 3-1 or 2-1 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure the Dodgers won that game for sure.
If I remember correctly. But it was a good game, you know?
Yeah, but I think it's important.
That would have been 1981.
I think it's important to go down memory lane sometimes because if you don't know your past, you'll never know your future. And obviously, it makes you look and say, have we really evolved? Have we really progressed?
I mean, we've gone far in a lot of things. I mean, you only had ZNS 1 and 2. You got all kind of
progressed in a lot of areas, Pearly, but some of the simpler things, some of those places are missed.
Yeah. Yeah. The simpler times of life. The times you come out, you just have a good time and you go home. Somebody may get drunk, but they fall on the ground. You put them on the side, you pick them up, you carry home. Wasn't no pile of fights breaking out and nobody pulling out no knife or no gun or nothing like that. It was none of that. And then if you have a little fist fight, the next week, but he get me that time, but I can get him
Speaking
of
fights, there is a video going viral. And I would just like to implore to the young man who had on the shorts, who obviously in the fight took a blow or two and might have got a little scared and had an accident. Those people who he was out with are not your friends. Because all during the fight, they didn't come to try to bail you out of the fight. All during the fight, they didn't try to get you no help. But at the end of the fight, they could show you standing up back on with your pants all stained up from the cut skin you took in the fight. They ain't your friends. And that's just add a new level to beating the ish out of somebody because that's literally what happened. But only in the Bahamas will you see a whole post like that. We never had that foolishness back in the day.
No, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
So I just want to implore to that young man, gain your friends who he's out with. Trust me.
No, they're not. They're not.
Find a new crew.
Yeah. If they can do that to you, they just try and embarrass you. They're not your friends.
Not in the league.
Your friends will tease you afterwards, one-on-one each other. But to videotape it and send it for it to go viral, they trying to embarrass you, man. And they don't need them. Don't hang with them no more.
No, and that's the whole thing about it nowadays, too. Boy, Mr. Producer, you got me laughing on that one. But yeah, no, like I said, Pearly, like it was a different time. And people mention it as a different time. It was a different time.
It was,
Your crew could have gone on the beach and light bonfire and stay out till all hours in the morning. My crew couldn't do that.
Yeah. You go on the beach and light a fire out there, be chilling out. You go for a walk down this way, the next one, people go for a walk that way, and then we all are hanging out on the beach. And I talk about on Goodman's Bay, I talk about on Sanders Beach, I talk about on Paradise Island, and having a good time, and just finish going, you can't go home.
No, I tell you, it was definitely a different time.
Yeah, it was.
A little simpler time, but a safer time. And obviously with evolution, things come. Obviously, we mirror our neighbors to the north. And we like to do a lot of what they do 20 years after the fact. So I get it with bringing up the rear. But we can't lose who we are and some of the identities of who we are and where we came from, man. That makes us Bahamian. That is Bahamiana.
I agree, because some of the things I see is dumb. I'm going to use the wrong way, the dumb, funny, sugar on the iced tea these young boys be doing. And all I can say is, watch too many movies, Because at the end of the movie, that same man who get killed in the movie gets up, takes a shower, and goes home to his family. All of them people, they go home. After you shoot somebody out, they ain't coming home. So don't let these movies and all this excitement. It was great to bring satellite to the Bahamas and all that, but sometimes I think it helped corrupt us, corrupt our young minds.
Yes, big time. But listen.
But it's called, I ain't used that word. Anyway, go ahead.
That's why, like today, I always make it a point. MJ and I make it a point. Every week we try to stop off the Mortimers and get some candy and get some peanuts, extra dark, get the snow cone. That's stuff we did when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Now to see Stat Boy and Andoni say, "Man, look here, boy, I like this peanut brittle. I like this coconut tart." That's stuff they didn't even know about because we've evolved.
Yep.
And some of those things we can't take out of our evolution because it makes us who we are.
Yeah, and one of the original owner, Lester Mortimer, and my dad were dear friends, very good friends, and that's Uncle Lester. He was Uncle Lester to me,
And shout out to Kale, man, my homeboy, one of the big-time Dallas Cowboys in the country.
Yes, yeah.
He could have been a Dolphin, but no, he broke that mold.
But, that's ain't everybody perfect in life. Sometimes, we do make mistakes.
That's why you my friend, and I accept you for the Dodger and the Dolphin scum that you are.
No, you love me for the Dodger that's in me. You know that.
I don't know which Dodger in you, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, that Fernando Dodger in me, that Steve Garvey, that Andy Pajes.
Oh, you won't go to that 1981 foolishness, say, with bow-legged Ron Say, the Penguin too.
Oh, the Penguin, one of the greatest, yeah.
And Steve Yeager too, right?
Steve Yeager behind him, Steve Garvey on first, Davy Lopes in second, Billy Russell in short, Ron
The late Davy Lopes, God bless the dead.
The late, yes, rest his soul, yes. And Tony Gwynn out there, and Dusty Baker was part of it at some point. Yeah.
Tony Gwynn was never a Dodger.
Not Tony Gwynn, Tony Wynn.
You wish Tony Gwynn was a Dodger.
No, it would have been good if he was the Dodger. It would have been super if he was the Dodger.
You would have been that guy.
And then, Oral Hershiser. Yeah, Oral Hershiser and Andy Messersmith and Don Sutton, Those were the great days, and,
What about Steve Howe, man?
Steve Howe. Steve Howe ended up being a Yankee.
No, Steve Howe, when he was a Dodger, he let up them 3 home runs to Reginald Martinez Jackson.
But you did send him to be, and that caused him to start hitting coke and everything like that. And that's why we shipped him on. I think he did end up being a Yankee, correct?
No, he was never a Yankee.
He didn't sign with the Yankees? No, Steve Sox signed with the Yankees, eh?
Steve Sox.
Yeah, I thought Steve Howe went there for a short period too.
And that's why you don't mention Steve Sox, but he was one hell of a second baseman for you for years.
I don't remember him.
Because he went to the Yankees. And that's too much greatness for you to handle.
No, I think that the greatest Yankee that I hate but love is Reggie Jackson.
Dodger killer.
He hurt my heart in 1977. I'll never forget that. I mean, literally broke my heart. I remember when that was Bob Welch, not Steve Howe. It was Bob Welch who struck him out in that game. And he said, don't worry, we'll be back. And then the third home run he hit off Bob Welch.
And he crushed it.
Crushed it was in the name.
There you go.
Oh, man, that hurt my heart. I was heartbroken. I was so heartbroken.
We've reached that time, Pearly. So we got to do the hard rap. For Pearly, for Roscoe chimed in early on in the first hour. Abaco report, greatly appreciated. For MJ, for Pearly, for Stat Boy, and Mr. Producer. It's your boy Naughty wrapping it up. Great show. Everybody who chimed in, called in, and texted in. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads. All right, for another great episode. Keep it right where you got it. News is up next.
Feeling that you was being had. Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave. Put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through they teeth. Hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that shit down made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on all right. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. One in the air for the people ain't here. 2 in the air for the father that's there. 3 in the air for the kids in the ghetto. 4 for the kids that don't wanna be there. None for the trying to hold him back. 5 in the air for the teacher not scared to tell those kids that's living in the ghetto that the holding back that the world is theirs. Yeah, the world is yours. I was once that little boy, terrified of the world. Now I'm on a world tour. I will give up everything, even start a world war for these ghetto girls and boys. I'm rapping around the world for Africa to New York, Haiti then I detour, Oakland out to Oakland, Gaza Strip to Detroit. Say hip hop only destroy. Tell them look at me, boy. I hope your son don't have a and never be a D-boy. Already the show what you've been through, no matter what you into, no matter what you see. When you look outside your window, brown grass or green grass, picket fence or barbed wire, never ever put them down. You just lift your arms higher, raise them till your arms tired. Let them know you there, that you struggling, surviving, that you gon' persevere. Yeah, ain't nobody leaving, nobody going home, even if